salutations. Welcome to the Casso podcast, episode 19, Nerds in Paradise.
I'm glad we're switching it up.
Oh, it might be episode 6, 7, but I don't know. I lose track of those things.
Yeah. Anyways,
let's get right into it. Just
Yep.
everybody knows what the hell we're talking about. Broncos lost the AFC Championship game again.
okay, to be fair, Broncos JV squad lost the AFC
Yes,
Championship
yes.
game.
I could have played quarterback better than Jared Stidham. And I've never played quarterback.
Last week we were so hyped for steady time.
Yeah, because Peyton made us hyped. He was like, yeah. He's like, fuck around and find out how good he is. Yeah, we did, and we saw how good he was.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days.
Yeah. A 2-yard throw to Harvey. Can't complete that, huh? Even though we should have just ran it. We should have just tush-pushed it with Crumb.
I never want to see a screen pass in my life again.
Yeah, at least Peyton's owning up to the nonsense. Have you seen the last couple of days? He's like, yeah, we need a running game. We should be able to get 1 yard on fourth down, blah, 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 blah. But, well, we got the Patriots and Seahawks in the Super Bowl, son. We both went 0 for 2 last week because we picked the Rams and Broncos, but who do you have in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the Seahawks. It's going to be 40. It's going to be 70-20.
Now, be honest, too. They would have chopped us up like that, too, buddy.
Oh, dude, they
would have with Stidham, yeah.
Yeah.
Their defense, and I actually saw a post today comparing them to the Legion of Boom. The only thing they do is they let teams score 3 more points, but they have more turnovers. They have more touchdowns on defense. They're better than the Legion of Boom. I didn't realize that until literally this morning. So.
Yeah.
And they worked us. They worked the best offense in NFL history when they beat us.
Dude, Sunday was a weird day, man. Sunday was weird.
It was crazy.
It just felt like eerie waking up, and then we lost, and that sucked.
Then there was a snowstorm in the middle of the game.
Rudolph showed up with a blizzard.
There was a blizzard in Brighton too. He didn't just hit Denver.
It was bad, dude. It was snowing crazy. And then watching the NFC game, I
was kind of watching it. I was just checking the score because I could not. At that point, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
Dude, it's what is it today? Tuesday. I'm still.
Dude, I'm
pissed.
still hungover from emotionally hungover.
I'm still hungover from the 25 drinks I had trying to. No, I did not have 25 drinks. I only had 24.
Oh, dude. Here's one for you. We're bad when we start doing random things to try to affect the luck.
No.
We have a football that me and my coworkers throw around, and he's destined to think that messes with the luck of the game if he doesn't touch the ball. So it's periodically throwing him the ball. And
then every time we would start messing up, I'm like, I'm not touching the ball. Then I touched the ball and we still messed up. I was like, okay, it's not the ball.
I was so bad that in my head watching the game, it's like everybody knows. So we could talk about it now, the jersey curse.
No, but that was real shit.
That was real.
I don't know why. I mean, and it didn't hurt for you to do it. But yeah, every time you wore it this year, we lost.
Yeah, I wore it.
You forgot to take it off on the second loss. What was the second one? Was it Indianapolis?
No, I think the second one was Did we do the Chargers or the Colts first?
We lost to the Chargers first and then the Colts.
Yeah,
so it was the Colts one, and you had meant to take it off, and then you accidentally left it on, and then we thought we won, and then they got a leverage.
So people that don't know the jersey curse, I would bring my jersey to work, but I didn't like wearing it during work because I didn't want it to get messed up. But the two games we lost. At the beginning of the season, I wore it the entire time, and it was horrible losses. So then it was just a thing that I didn't wear the jersey. Mm-hmm. We weren't allowed to talk about it. And then for the Jacksonville game,
you even tried to put it on to give us.
Yeah, dude.
he took it off and on.
Yeah. For the Jacksonville game, he cursed us because he wore that Santa hat, which he went out of script. I know. I'm telling you, dude, these things are real.
What's real is we suck. That's all that's real. Without Bo Nix, we suck.
Dude,
No.
For those who doubted Bo Nix this season, we just saw what it was like without him. Yeah.
Kyle Pitts and Alex Pierce. Those are the two names that I'm targeting. Kyle Pitts from the Falcons, the tight end, then the wide receiver from the Colts. We need those two guys.
We just need a receiver one.
Those two, and then draft. I think Franklin will be okay eventually, but he drops a lot of passes too.
See, I think Sutton might be okay as a number 2.
And Bryant might be okay. But, I mean, any of those guys, if they keep dropping it, man, that drives me nuts, dude. Seriously. I could catch a tennis ball on an NFL football field, and I never even played college. So it's like, come on, man.
I mean, I saw the we were just talking about it before we went on, but Sutton played with Emmanuel Sanders, right?
Yeah.
And do you remember Emmanuel Sanders?
Did he ever drop it?
Oh no, and he was fast, dude.
Demarius did used to drop it a lot.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, but he also he would drop it and then have 2 touchdowns, so he always made up for it. But and little Jordan Humphrey, man, get his ass out of here. I'm so sick of him dropping it.
Yeah.
Seriously, he dropped a touchdown last week. He dropped
Mm-hmm.
2 first downs this week. It's like, get him out of here, man. I can't stand that.
And hot take, controversial take, Mims.
Mims should be the number 2.
That's a good. That's a good.
I mean, honestly, I know he's tiny and stuff, but he actually put on like 10 pounds of muscle. Put on 10 more Mims and get out there, dude, because you're the best receiver we got. And that's not saying. I mean, that's not diminishing either. I mean, if he gets the ball, he's electric. I mean, he runs a 4.34. I mean, he's get him the ball, get him. Riley Moss, very proud of you.
Yeah, honestly.
No penalties.
No, you didn't get burned.
You didn't get burned once. It's, I mean, very good job. You can say one where
you got to keep your job, Riley Moss, because we affect all that.
You're not on level with Corn Dog Boy anymore, bud. Dude, I don't know. We're not going to talk about Corn Dog Boy.
Dude, so no, we will talk about Corn Dog Boy real quick. I was so upset Sunday night.
You just like, I'm
gonna go. I'm gonna tag Corn Dog Boy all night. And
I should have done that.
Dude, we were in each other's posts like crazy all night, and I was just going back and forth. Anyways, shout out Corn Dog Boy.
Yeah, that was. You had to take it out on somebody.
He was just rating my warpath of I'm upset my Broncos lost.
I took it out on myself. I just started pulling my hair and slapping myself and. Why do you suck? Why does God hate you?
Dude, I was in the back of work when we lost, and I was Christian and Arrow were by me, and I was like, "Dude, can I have anything? Can I have anything?" And they're laughing at me. Dude, it sucks.
Well, the Super Bowl's in 2 weeks, dude. So after that, we're gonna go on about a 7-month hiatus from talking football. So
yeah,
this is it.
Unless some crazy things happen in the.
Well, we'll talk about the draft and we'll talk about that kind of stuff, but. So we got our picks in for next week. We're both taking the Seahawks. Definitely 100%. Yeah. And honestly, without Bo Nix, we would have got truck rolled too. So I'm just glad we didn't make it. Because now, I don't know if anybody, if our viewers or yourself know this, there's 2 teams tied with the most Super Bowl losses in NFL history. Do you know those 2 teams?
Less than the Patriots, right?
Yep. Yeah. So when the Patriots lose, they'll actually have the most Super Bowl losses in NFL history. So good. They have the most wins and the most losses. Let's try to catch them with Bo Nix on those wins though, because they have.
Oh, dude, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Well, and that's something.
We need 3.
That's something that I was talking about with everybody. Is this is Bo Nix's 2nd year, and we almost went all the way, all the way.
Yeah, when he has some real weapons, and
No,
and again, I thank Sutton and all them for what they do. Blah blah blah. But it's I mean, especially when we're paying them $25 million a year. But go pay me $25 million a year, and I won't drop a pass. And it's enough. I've had enough. I mean, if I could still play, but I mean, it's like. You have that God-given talent and you don't utilize it. That makes me more mad than anything.
Yeah.
You know, so
overall, I would say this whole week has been rough, emotionally rough.
Yeah, especially if you're in Minnesota. Let's get into it. I mean, another shooting victim of ICE. What's your take on it, buddy?
What is there else to say about it? Really, I don't even know where to start. They straight just lie, saying. I mean, we'll get into it.
But it gets it's all nasty and horrible, everything that's happening. But the real thing is they really think that they can affect the 2026 elections, and they don't understand it. Like I said, there's certain states that have mail ballots, or certain states that don't. This and that. The federal government, you can't federalize an election, especially when you have state and local candidates too. So it's like. What are you going to do? I mean...
They're pushing everything to...
We're going to have 2 ballots. We're going to have a federal ballot and a state ballot. It's just not going to work. And so what they're thinking about doing, they didn't think... They disrupted the economy. They've disrupted millions of people's lives. They're disrupting all of our lives by us having to talk about living in a fascist regime when we live in the greatest democracy the world has ever seen. And we're talking about this kind of crap. And so they've disrupted all of our lives to a negative impact. And not to mention the fact that what they're doing, I don't see anybody that can... actually justify it, you know what I mean?
Something that I was like harping on Corn Dog Boy for was I sent you all the screenshots.
Yeah.
He was, I think it was him or one of his goons, but they were saying that you just have leftist mentality.
Yeah.
I said personally, it's not. Well, I'm gonna get into the whole thing real quick.
Yeah.
So he had posted, if only Charlie Kirk was around, none of this would be going down.
Yeah.
And that, like, I'm reading the comments, and everybody was like,
Look
"Well,
what they did to Charlie Kirk." I think.
yeah, no,
honestly, I
exactly,
think it came
exactly,
from the right.
exactly."
I really do.
But what
No.
exactly what I'm saying is, it doesn't. It's not a right problem. It's not a left problem. It's a human problem.
No.
Murder is murder, and especially like watching defenseless murder the way that we are.
Did you see the new shot that came out today of him, the actual gun pointed at the head? They actually have a still shot of it coming out today, and he's literally, obviously they've disarmed him already.
Yeah.
And he's literally on his knees
Well,
with the gun pointed at his head.
Before that,
Yeah.
they disarmed him after pistol whipping him to the ground.
Yeah.
We all saw that. I mean,
Yeah. After they had maced 2 women, and he was just trying to help
he
them
got
as
maced
a
too.
medic.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got maced too. They pistol whipped him to the ground. His gun was at his 6 o'clock, which for those that don't know is in his back.
Yeah.
So and he's on his face.
Yeah.
They disarmed him and then emptied 2 clips into him.
It's not American. Anybody that tries to justify it is worse than not American. I'm serious. And anybody that keeps trying to justify what these guys are doing, that's not the America I know, and that's not the America most people know. That's not the America that the founding fathers laid out. And so, we can keep playing these games. It's not Republican, Democrat, like we always say. Blah 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 blah. It's really, and I posted today too, and I said it really comes down what he was doing. He wasn't at a protest. There was a protest in Minneapolis that day, but he wasn't at it. It's a group of people seeing that what ICE is doing, all they're doing is saying, hey, look, we're going to film this, we're going to record it, we're going to tell people, hey, try to be safe, we're going to warn people, we're going to say everything that, but it's not to go against ICE, it's not to go against the administration, it's not to go against the country, it's being a human.
Exactly.
All they've done on these 2 shootings, and I'm sure a lot of the stuff that we don't see, can you imagine what we don't see? But all these people are just saying, hey, look, all of these people, including the undocumented people that are here in this country, are human. And once we lose humanity, that's when this country becomes Nazified. And once people get into that, that's when you, in fact, become a Nazi. And there's no way to say it now.
And so
there's no other way to say it.
Something that somebody got on my head was they said that they're so ugly and evil people. I'm not saying any side, but this person I was talking to said Nurse Boy deserved to die because he believed, and I showed you, he said because he believed Tim Walz's lies and Tim Walz corrupted his brain.
Yeah.
Just for the record, that's the same person that's saying that this murder wasn't an actual murder and believing all of MAGA's lies about it and all of MAGA's goons about it. Yeah. So don't talk about Tim Walz compromising somebody's mind and making them act like deranged. half of MAGA that is defending this, they're all deranged. Yeah. Because how are you going to see the video, feel it, and then be like, well, wait a minute, let's see what the president has to say. Yeah. I put a very, I think, right quote when we talk about it all the time. To follow a political leader is the most foolish thing I've ever seen. And in my opinion, real conservatives don't do that. Yeah. So to follow a leader is super not like that's foolish.
Well, that depends. If I was running for president, follow me. But
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
but
I wanted to put some levity.
But we talk about it all the time. As we vote, we get 4 to 8 years of this, and then we vote again, and we vote for what we need. Yeah, follow somebody that's actually doing right, and that has nothing to do with political party. I would say instead of following somebody I would just say follow your nation. Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't follow
the flag.
Yeah, don't follow a person.
Follow the most beautiful document ever written, our Constitution.
A person that shouldn't and won't be in office forever. No, because we don't we don't have kings.
Yeah, and that goes even to then people can blah blah that his health is failing. I mean he's starting to get bruises on both hands, and I know they're not putting those ports in both hands, and so he said he hit his hand on the desk, and so he got a big bruise because he takes aspirin and stuff like that. No. That's exactly when Queen Elizabeth died. She started getting her hands all jacked up for like the last couple months, and so his time is running short. No matter how you look at it, and we have to reconcile that, and we have to understand after he's gone, what do we do as a country then? Because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to backtrack, and that's all fine and well. But look at the damage that's being caused right now, and thank goodness that it's not widespread enough yet. Mm-hmm. But if ICE starts coming and knocking down doors and this and that, honestly. They think like they're tough, but honestly, you come and try to knock on my door and try to knock down my door, you're going to see how quick my Second Amendment rights are exercised.
That's the whole point of the Second Amendment, is tyrannical government.
It's tyrannical government. That's what Charlie Kirk said. That was one of his last posts before he died, is your guns aren't for hunting. Your guns aren't for personal safety, even though they can obviously be utilized for both those purposes. But you have guns in case you have a government that is tyrannical, which is what we have. And like I said, don't infringe on any of my rights personally. And I know I can speak for a lot of middle I would say middle to liberal people, and saying, hey, look, they didn't stop us from owning guns yet, and so there's a lot of people that are armed that if ICE tries to break down their door and trample all of the other rights, ICE is going to find out that you actually have a Second Amendment right too against a tyrannical government. And I can't even believe I'm saying that. You know what I mean? I really, even after Trump got elected, and it's been a year that he's been in office again, I cannot believe that I'm even having those kind of thoughts.
They're all foolish. Like in my opinion, like the what's his name? Greg.
No.
What's his last name?
Bongino. Greg the Bongino.
Dude,
I thought there was hate for Italians too, but I guess not.
Dude,
there's hate for the rest of us, but not Italians anymore.
Cosplaying Nazi is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like dressing up as a.
He wears the trench coat. He wears the. he just the only reason he doesn't have the mustache is because he can't grow it.
Did you hear him too in that video?
Yeah.
He's all, get out of the road. That's
exactly
what
he's 5'1".
too. Yeah. Get out of the road. That's.
It's like Mickey Mouse. He's 5'1", which, if you're short, I apologize. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but I am making fun of him for being short.
I mean, it just looks like he's on the biggest power trip ever. He's walking around with these leather gloves on.
Yeah. But what's even worse though is they're actually taking him out, but they're sending Tom Homan in, who's a bigger jerk. I mean, honestly, the director of ICE, and he's just, you can just tell that he doesn't care. He hates you if you're a person of color in this country. He doesn't want you here, and that's part of the platform. That's part of the platform on that side, and that's why I could never be a Republican or vote conservative just because of shit like that. You know what I mean? There's plenty on the left. I'm not saying that there's nothing on the left either, but you could never tell me that I'm in the same party as the Ku Klux Klan and the neo-Nazis of this country and stuff like that. You can't. There's no way I would ever affiliate with them.
Dude, and if my energy doesn't seem, I wouldn't say excited, but aggravated about it, was because really last week I really thought that's why I said the closing remarks on it. Yeah. I really didn't think that they were capable of doing it again.
Yeah.
But here we are, and again, I want to reiterate my point. Obviously, it just happened for a second time. Yeah. I have never felt racism towards myself. Mm-hmm. I'm about to be 25 years old. Yeah. I've never felt like I don't deserve anything less than somebody a different skin color than me. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to at my front door and on my mind, then I start like, well, wait a minute. What do you mean? When we keep saying door to door, right? The fact that they even knock on my door and say, "Are you an American?" rubs me completely the wrong way. Yeah. And who knows if they even care if my skin color is because I'm brown, or who cares if they look at it that. But just the fact that they would knock on my door and saying that I'm American,
well, a lot of people
makes me mad.
A lot of people said that they are using racism and immigrants as a justification to come after you if you're a Democrat, if you're a registered Democrat. I mean, that's what the next logical step is. Democrats can't own guns. If you're at a protest, if you're a Republican and you're MAGA, you can hold a gun, but if you're a Democrat, you can't.
Who's the homeboy that had an AR-15 strapped to his chest?
Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever. Yeah.
And he's a hero?
No, he's not a hero. He's a coward.
To MAGA, he's a hero.
Yeah. Well, that shows you exactly why he's not. He's a coward, and the man and woman that have been shot over the last couple of weeks are not cowards. All they were doing was being human. Mm-hmm. So either you're really an animal or you're human. It really depends. We're getting down to that point is if you support this or support that, you really have to look in the mirror and say, what am I? Am I an animal or am I a human? And it's harsh because I know it intermingles and intertwines with politics itself. And I'm not saying, again, I have to keep saying it has nothing to do with conservatism. It has nothing to do with liberalism. It has nothing to do with the politics of the day or even past politics for that matter, but it does have everything to do with what you say you are as a person. And I think America is. I saw another post today that says the darkness that Trump has put over our country keeps getting repelled by the light of the American people, and that is what's happening right now. And again, if you support Trump, cool. Obviously, you don't support anything that we're trying to do here. If you support being a conservative and a Republican, hey, guess what? I'm half there. I'm half there with you on policy. I'm half there with you on determination of how we move forward in this country. But
even if you support Trump, sometimes you got to look in the mirror too.
Yeah.
And if you feel totally justified in that,
yeah,
I mean, you got to go to bed thinking that these murders weren't murders.
No, you have to answer to God someday too.
Oh yeah.
And
I ain't got a problem with it.
And the Nuremberg trials that are henceforth coming here in the next few years, you might answer to that too.
So if you really want to be on that hill,
no, if you want to die on that hill,
go for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe when outrage is outrage, maybe take a look and see why it's outrageous.
Yes, as a matter of fact, America has always been and always will be a nation of immigrants. Everyone out there, not us. We were here thousands of years ago. People like us were here thousands of years ago. So how far do we go back? I mean, if we want to go back to grandparents, if we want to go back to great-grandparents, if we want to go back 10 generations, a lot of us here that are Mexican-American or, part of this country, we've been here way before it was even a country. We were in Colorado and New Mexico before they were even states. They were territories. So we can talk about what it is to be an American, but that's not the conversation we should be having anyways. Anybody that comes here and does right and doesn't break our laws and should have a path to citizenship. And that's all there is to it. Everyone else did, including every white person's forefathers. You had a path to citizenship and you established yourself in this country. You didn't break the laws, even though we can get into the demographics of the people who actually break the laws in this country, and it's a certain group out there, and you know who you are, buddies. But yeah, and it's don't say it's me or it's African Americans either on a per capita basis, because we don't break the laws. So we can go there too. But I hate to bring stuff like that up because that's not the type of person I am either. Too. Yeah. I'm a uniter. So
that's 100% what I'm saying.
I'm the last person that uses my race as a crutch. I'm the last person that even thinks of it. It goes back to that.
I don't feel racism. I don't feel like I'm. Yeah. I don't like this is a crazy thing to think. I don't feel like I'm brown. You know what I mean? I am, but I don't feel. I feel like an American.
But you know what, son? Even that. I know for a fact, and I can speak for you, that you don't see that in other people. I don't see color.
No,
I don't see color when I meet somebody. I don't see gender when I see somebody. And a lot of people don't think women are equal, which is a crock of shit too. But it's the same kind of people that think all that shit. So it's like, can you be wrong on everything?
Can like that? I'm taken back by my words. I don't feel brown. I am brown. Yeah. I don't feel brown. Well, I feel like I'm an American.
Yeah,
That's
it. It's that psychological test that we always talk about. How do you perceive yourself? Yeah. Do you perceive yourself as the face in the mirror or the voice in the head? Mm-hmm. And so, I know I am brown. I know I tan easier than most people, but I don't think of myself. And I've always told people I'm an American Mexican, and people are always like, "What the hell does that mean?" Well, it means just that. I was born in Denver, Colorado, which last time I checked was in the United States, and last time I checked, I have brown skin, and I have a Mexican culture that I was born into that predates my parents and grandparents and everything like that. And so I'm not disrespectful of it, but it's not part of me because I was born in America, and I'm as American as anybody can get. I'm as gung-ho American as anybody can get, and I hate when people act like that doesn't belong to me or it doesn't belong to people of color. That's a crock of shit because it belongs to every African American, it belongs to every Asian American, and it belongs to every Mexican American and every type of American, including white Americans. This is your country, but it's our country too. And you guys who don't believe that have to start understanding that. If not to, you don't have to placate me because I know people like that don't like me at all. But you have to understand that there are laws that protect all of us, including people of color. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like that, hey, change the laws. I dare you. Try to change the laws.
Vote for
you had it that way until the 1965 Civil Rights Act. You had it the way you wanted it, especially in the South. Change the laws back, but don't do all this other bullshit because that's all it is bullshit, and you're going to lose. And that's I'm very happy to say today, and I don't know how tomorrow is going to be. We might be losing tomorrow. There might be an ICE agent on my goddamn door tomorrow. But for today, I'm equal, and he's equal, and we're all equal.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. I know of people that are I feel like I'm snitching out my friends, but or people that I know. I'm getting all nervous.
No, real Republicans and conservatives would never go for this asshole. Yeah, seriously, and that's one thing I do know because a lot of my friends from business and politics. I'm pretty much friends with everybody in this state, Republican and Democrat, that have been involved in business or politics for the last 25 years. And I know for a 100% fact that 99% of them do not think like that. It's just, I don't know how this cancer has metastasized and grown into something that actually dominates our politics. I don't understand it still.
Can I, like, here's one for you.
Yeah.
There's somebody very, very, very close to me that is pretty much all the way MAGA, which is fine.
Yeah,
we talk about it, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
There'll be times where I say, hey man, did you watch the news?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was talking about it the other day, and I was like, well, wait a minute, like, if you're not exposed to it,
Yeah.
and you're just blindly, I wonder if half of MAGA feels that way. I wonder if, you know what I mean, or like a quarter of MAGA doesn't watch the news, but they voted for him, and Trump 2020 was like a funny thing, and they
again,
believe it still.
It's like we talked about a long time ago, son, and we talk about, honestly, you and I talk about it all the time. You can be MAGA because you want your side to win. I get all that. I'm not stupid. I understand politics of it, but to actually believe in the core principles that they're espousing right now and shooting people in the face and breaking up families and all the bullshit that they're doing, you have to be a bad person. It doesn't really, I won't even define you as MAGA anymore. You have to be a bad person to say that stuff is okay. And that's the truth. It's not my judgment because honestly, who gives a shit? Nobody should give a shit what I think about them because I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me. But think about that fundamentally because you're ruining our country. How the hell am I ruining our country? By trying to stay in the center and trying to help people of every race, creed, and color? I'm not ruining the country. I'm trying to make the country better from everything that you people have done. So it's and that, actually
I wouldn't say you people.
Yeah. Actually, let's say you people because it goes for the Democrats too. I'm serious.
Okay,
Look,
I'm back on board with you
Yeah,
people. You
because-
said that, and I was like, oh no.
You people that act like you know what you're talking about, but don't actually have the inference or
Are exposed to it, yeah.
not even exposed to it.
But don't
Because
don't-
honestly,
yeah.
you can honestly, in a representative form of government, you send those people to Washington to act on your behalf. Why should you have to be doing their job? You shouldn't have to pay attention to politics because we should be sending people there that know what the hell they're doing. That's first and foremost. Is that Washington looks like us because we don't take the time to invest in real candidates and real politicians that actually are going to go up there and do anything. It's a stupid game that we play. The Democrats play it just as bad as Republicans. They do the same shit when they're in power just as Republicans, except for it's not Nazified, but it is something else, and it's equally not as good. And so it's a crock of shit on both sides, and that's what I've learned, especially being an elected Democrat in this state. It was like, what? Seriously, I can tell you stories, and I don't want to call out a lot of my friends, but you're telling me you're going to come here and tell me how to vote on the 125,000 people I represent? Not in this lifetime, buddy. I got elected to represent those people in Thornton and Commerce City, and somebody from Denver's not going to tell me how my vote's going to go. I'm going to tell you how it's not going to go, and if you want to fight about it, we'll do it in the press. It's both sides, but right now, unfortunately, and like we always talk about, we have to talk about it now because we're not dealing with, Colorado back in 2010 when I was a lawmaker. We're not dealing with Colorado back in the 1950s. We're dealing with the United States in 2026, and MAGA has got us to this point where we can't even function as a country because we don't have a real leader. And that's what I'm talking about. We can't elect people. I get it. Kamala Harris was probably no better than Trump in a lot of different ways, but we can't have people like him. We can't have people like that.
I think we also can't have more. I can't think of the word. More non-unity.
Yeah, disunity. Yeah.
Okay, disunity. We can't have more of that.
Well,
either.
it's like you said it. You hit the nail on the head 10 minutes ago, son. If we believed in the American flag and all the principles that we have rightly worked out together over the last 250 years, can you imagine the world we could have? Yeah. So, with that being said, son, we are approaching the 30-minute mark, so we want to kind of keep these podcasts a little bit shorter for now until we go into full mode. But again, that's going to be down the road. But I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Again, please comment, subscribe, give us a comment, even if you disagree with us, because that's exactly what we need. We need a discussion, a real discussion about the issues, not some even this podcast going down a list of things. I don't write down what I'm going to say. I like to come from the heart because usually when I come from the heart, it actually is the truth. Yeah. And so I like to we get to a point where we can agree when we disagree and we start talking about those things. And so that's always a good thing. So we're going to keep doing that on this podcast, and we're going to keep doing that on social media, and we're eventually going to keep doing that around the world once we get to that point. So hopefully. Yeah. But thank you. You brought up a lot of good points, son. Thank you again for a good show. Like AJ always says, like, subscribe, tell a friend. We appreciate you tuning into us, even if you disagree with us, because that's actually the first step into agreeing about things that we actually care about and things that matter, is by having these small disagreements or having even big disagreements on big issues, and saying, hey, how do we find common ground on this, because we need to as a country. And that's what real leadership is. And we don't have it, and we probably wouldn't have had it if Kamala Harris was president right now. I'll be the first one to admit that too. So we don't have it, but we can strive for it, and that's all we can do as Americans.
You know, we do have each other.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
I hate to be so Captain America about it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But like, when one thing is failing, at least you have your neighbor.
Yep.
Really.
Yep.
At least you have your neighbor
Yep.
to do well. You guys might
Yep.
disagree.
Yep.
But and that's the guy that's very, very close to me, MAGA supporter. I'm seeing him tonight.
No.
We don't. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
hatred.
Yeah.
But it's a conversation.
And that's a really good point too, son, is that his politics doesn't define who he is completely either, any more than yours or mine do.
Yep.
And so once we can see past that too, we can start making real strides like we used to as a country. We used to be the greatest country on earth, and we can get back there. So
But the disillusionment on following a person, I think, is
Yeah.
my biggest point.
and let's just hope that the law and the courts and the Congress, I don't know, I don't have much faith in the Congress, but let's hope at least that our laws and the courts keep him in check. That way this country makes it through all this. I mean, seriously, and we're at that point where we have to make it through all this. There's been Democratic presidencies that we've had to make it through too. I was born when Jimmy Carter was here. We had to make it through that. And so, yeah, I'm not, again, I hate, and again, it's just Trump is in office right now, but I mean, I'll be real honest, we had to make it through a Biden presidency. I mean, he was asleep at the wheel. We all know that.
Yeah, I mean, we're the
Yeah.
first ones to
We're the first
say,
ones to
like,
say it, yeah.
we're the first ones to make fun of him.
Yeah. So,
You
Yeah,
know,
we-
that sounds cruel, but
yeah, and I like Joe Biden as a person, but as a president, come on, man.
that was rough.
Yeah, he was almost, no, I wouldn't say almost as bad. He was pretty bad, but this guy takes a kick. But
Yeah.
we'll get out of here. It's I think we're approaching 67 minutes on the timer, so we'll get out of here and call it a day. But God bless Bo Nix, and hopefully he heals up, and we'll see you guys next week on the Casso podcast. I'm speaking for Aristotle and Eduardo. We're out.